you say we cut the chit-chat? A-hole!
This year we're going to grab the bull by the balls and kick those punks off campus.
Well, looks like the cows have come home to roost.
Hello and welcome along to another edition of the Entertainment.ie movie show. This week we are talking Mother and American Assassin. We also have some It goodie bags to give away. You can see this creepy clown thing here. We're also a little bit freaked out about it. Just tell us below one of your favourite Stephen King adaptations and we'll pick a winner at random next week and tag them in the comments below. As always, I'm joined by movie editor Brian Lloyd.
Hey, yeah.
And staff writer Dee Malumbi.
Hey.
Okay, well, I mean, off the bat here, we wanted to... What did you look into? You
Yeah,
like,
no, just we
Dee
both
said
went-
hello and Brian's like...
We both just sat up at the same time. It was a bit weird. Like, I was like, oh yeah,
Synchronicity, lads. Synchronicity at this stage. We've done that many shows at this point now.
Yeah,
it's just pure synchronicity. Before I get into the movie reviews, and what might be what looks to be the funniest movie of the year.
Yes.
The Disaster Artist.
Oh, it looks like gas. I'm so excited for this movie. I haven't even seen The Room and I was like watching this trailer, could not stop laughing. It looks like so much fun.
I will say this about The Room, and I know because you've seen The Room as well, right? There's a highlight of The Room's of The Room's best moments, not Room's best moments, a very different film.
Yeah.
Of The Room's best moments on YouTube. I recommend maybe watching that 8 or 9 minutes and sitting through the whole thing, Brian. Is that?
I don't know. I think the whole film from start to finish is so hilarious, unintentionally hilarious, and like the fact, like it's like you're absolutely right. That 8-minute video that we're talking about, that definitely does capture the weirdest parts of it. But I think when you see it in context, or at least in the attempted context of it all, it's even more hilarious. Like there's just it's such a strange film, and to think, like I have maintained personally, right? I don't think Tommy Wiseau can actually speak English properly.
It's not a strange film. It's just a bad film.
It's
just
bad
a
and
bad
it's
film.
strange and it's
and
weird.
It's hipsters like you and James Franco been like, ooh, it's class. Let's watch it like a real. I'm only joking with you, Brian. No, so the Disaster Artist, we didn't say from the start. The Disaster Artist,
Yes.
is James Franco directs. Seth Rogen's in it. Zac Efron pops up, and it's an incredible cast.
Yeah.
Alison
Judd
Brie,
Apatow was in
Judd
it.
Apatow, Dave Franco's brother, played
Yeah.
Greg Sestero.
Yep.
So it's not a send up. It seems like it's.
Oh no, like it's a
this
very
actually happened, and
real.
It just looks hilarious.
Yeah, like it's like some people were comparing it to Martin Scorsese's King of Comedy, like as in like it's that real kind of like,
The reviews have been ecstatic.
Yeah, they have been all really positive. Like people are saying like that it's as much an examination of how people cope with fame and celebrity as it is about the making of a terrible film, and how when you put something out there, how it can be completely retroactively changed into something that you didn't expect it to be. Because like Tommy Wiseau thought this was going to be like this really serious drama, and then of course it turned into a fucking comedy. Like so, yeah.
Well, retrospectively, people laughing at him, not with him.
Yeah,
so,
that's the point, yeah,
and as you said as well, he's in Disaster Artist, so he's like
he turns up in a cameo. Apparently,
he turns up in a cameo. So he's out, the film obviously has his blessing to some degree. Okay, that's out towards the end of the year.
End of the year, yeah. Probably, I'd say by the time it gets an Irish release, it'll probably be. It might be the new year. I'd say nearly.
And we kind of said in the news piece about the trailer, because it dropped the other day. This could be James Franco's opus. This could be the one kind of perfect, all the shit that he's done before as a creator.
Well, he is an Oscar-nominated actor.
He's a great actor.
Yeah.
James Franco's a great actor. It's all the other stuff.
Yeah.
That maybe not as great. But anyway, look, we're looking forward to this one. The trailer looks class. This one didn't press screen, so you have to head along to it this morning. American Assassin's based on a novel. It's a series of novels. This is they're trying to do like the Jason Bourne. Younger.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's basically
it's
okay, grand.
So this is Michael Keaton, Dylan O'Brien. What's the setup here?
It's just kind of okay. So basically it's about this, it's essentially a revenge plot. It's this young man who, has tragedy all through his life, and there's this incident that happens at the start of the film that basically sets him off, and he's like, right, I'm just out to destroy the world now, and he gets himself like bulked up.
In a good way,
yeah.
though.
Yeah, but he
get those back guys.
And he trains himself in like martial arts and shooting and everything, and becomes really, really talented. So he eventually gets recruited by the CIA, and Michael Keaton's character is like training him to be kind of a ruthless assassin.
He trains himself
and
in martial arts.
Yes,
I see people doing that in the gym all the time. It doesn't work.
Really?
Like just hitting the punch bag. How
I
do you
do
train
that.
yourself in martial arts?
I just put like you do it just because it's like a stress relief kind of thing. No?
Yeah, but like he's not. So he's training to get these bad guys back on his own.
Yeah.
He doesn't have like a mentor or anything. No, Mr. Miyagi.
No, not until like the CIA and Michael Keaton come in. That's kind of the idea of it. You know, he's kind of a self-made and very much a John Wick type. Like you can definitely see the John Wick influence here. He actually looks like him. He has like the floppy hair, bit of facial hair, the like you know, the 3/4 length sleeve, like tight fitted top. Like they're definitely going for John Wick, and as well with the aesthetic of like just the action and the violence. This is very much trying to be like, here's our young John Wick, you know.
So what about the action? There's obviously a lot of hand-to-hand combat stuff.
Yeah, it's okay.
Michael
You know
Chiesa
what it
directed
is.
it.
Yeah, and I mean, what you can see a lot in this is like what I would know Michael Cuesta best for would be like Homeland, and you can definitely see the Homeland aesthetic here. Like there's a lot of shaky camera, there's a lot of editing. I was a bit disappointed because again I'm probably comparing it too much to John Wick here, but I do think it's trying to be
that is the bar for all cinema.
Yeah, and I mean like John Wick did kind of start a whole new bar in terms of like the action genre in particular, but in this film like there's so much like cutting that you don't really get to see the action play out.
It goes a bit more Paul Greengrass.
Yeah, exactly, instead of like just letting it play out and letting us actually see, like, you know.
But that, I think a lot of that comes down to Keanu Reeves and even to a lesser extent Charlize Theron and Atomic Blonde, and able to do that physical stuff. Dylan O'Brien obviously had that horrible accident that you know, and I think he was out of action for about a year on the set of one of the Maze Runner sequels.
Really? So there was that interview in Vulture, I think it was, or whatever it was, but it was really like, according to that interview, like it was pretty serious. Like he was pretty much on death's door. Like,
but then he had to then, you know, train obviously in a very physical way and get in the best shape of his life for this. So how is Dylan O'Brien as an action star and as a leading man?
I thought he was great in it, to be honest. I think that he really does have that strength of character, strength of presence to pull off a leading role, and he physically looks the part. Like he looks like he can beat the crap out of guys, and he does beat the crap out of guys. So he was great in it, and Michael Keaton, as you'd expect, is he's great in it as well. He kind of plays the ruthless mentor who like always goes that bit too far with the students, like pushing them emotionally and physically. And he has this great scene, I won't give it away, but he has this great scene in the third act where he goes full Michael Keaton, and it's just like, yes.
You look at Brian's face. Look at Brian Lyon's face.
I want to see it just on the basis of Michael Keaton going Michael Keaton again.
Is there anything more satisfying than seeing the career resurgence that Michael Keaton's had since Birdman?
Brilliant, so deserved.
I mean, like he put bit parts in RoboCop and all that, you know, but now he's like fully, by 67 years old, and he is fully back and doing the best work of his career.
Like Spotlight, like I just, Jesus, like if you haven't seen Spotlight yet, get on it. Like it's basically this generation's All the President's Men. Like it's incredible film. Like, and he's so good in it. Like
could have been you. It could have been any of us.
Yeah, you keep going on.
I hate that line.
That line.
I hate that line. Yeah. You're better than that, Mark Ruffalo.
But again, it's about context. About when you see it over the course of the whole film, like how Mark Ruffalo plays it and how Michael Keaton plays it. It's such a good film.
And I went back and watched Birdman a few weeks ago, and he really is amazing in it. I should have gotten that Oscar.
You really should have. I have to say, I agree with you there. But and we'll go on to Mother now, but the end of Birdman just...
Didn't like it?
I just negated so much of what went before for me, like, you know, and I'm like, climb out your own hoop, like, come on, I don't need a linear narrative, but I need something. I need some closure
I liked it. I don't know. I thought it was kind of... It was, like, the film was always quirky throughout, so for me it worked, but I can understand how... You know,
actually, before we move on to Mother, actually I hadn't seen it last week and I went to see it on
what'd you think?
On Sunday night. That opening sequence,
brilliant.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Does anybody who's seen the original ABC series or read the book is obviously overtly dark, and there's intrinsics and nuances to all the characters, like the bullies and stuff, where you read it and you're like, oh my God, and you look up stuff afterwards. But I will say that opening sequence, you know, when the thing happens that you know is going to happen, the cinema was kind of stunned. The cinema's like, oh Jesus!
I did not realize they were going that hard.
And then that kind of everything else. Then after that, you're kind of like, Jesus, what else are he going to do here? But anyway, I just wanted to have my 2 cents about it. I thought it was deadly. Is that one of the prizes they were going to give away?
One of the prizes that we're giving away. We were showing this earlier.
He's kind of cute but creepy. So yes,
just staring at you while you sleep.
Creepy.
From your chest of drawers.
And then that thing up there, our new addition to the
we tried to close it and open it back up again, like we
didn't work.
The theme tune. It didn't work. Okay,
Pennywise is out for good.
Moving on to something else that's even more creepy. It just didn't feel right. It just, you don't feel, you know, you got an uneasy feeling, Brian, after watching this one. This one's a difficult one to digest.
It's really difficult.
In a good way, though.
No, not in a good way. Right. Well, this is the thing.
Like in terms of art and cinema and
right. The problem that I have with Mother is this. It is absolutely going to divide people right down the middle, right? Gav Burke wrote the review that's on site. He gave it 5 stars. Had I written the review, there's no fucking way I would have given it 5 stars. and I know I'm sorry for cursing. We're on Facebook Live. I cursed and I'm sorry. There is no way I would have given that film 5 stars. Not in a million years.
Is your mother on Facebook? Does she
No.
see this?
No.
Does she see this? Does
No,
she
my
see
mum
this?
won't see
Dirt that
this.
comes out of your mouth, Brian Lloyd.
Nah,
Sorry,
she won't see
continue.
it.
Continue.
Right, but the problem that I had with Mother, and I think we were talking about this because me and Dee went to see it. The problem that I had with Mother is that it is essentially going for the absolute most possible shocking way it can shock you, right? Because I was watching this, and I don't know about you, but when I was watching this, and you saw an hour of it as well, you're kind of watching it and you're thinking, okay, right, at what point does this start getting messed up? Like, because this is meant to be 18s. Like, it's rare that IFCO will give out an 18 cert.
Yeah,
for a
last
film.
time I seen was with the 50 Shades film.
Yeah, it was something like it was ages ago. No, 50 Shades was 16s. I
Or it
think.
might have been, or yeah.
No, you can blow people up and all that shit. You just
Yeah.
can't have sex.
Yeah.
But anyways, the point was that
On camera.
I was watching it. I was thinking, okay, this is it's a little bit odd and it's a bit creepy and stuff like that. At what point does this start getting into 18s territory? And then, boom, it goes crazy.
So you felt it was too much.
It was
of a
too
jar.
jarring, but also as well when it actually does go crazy, and I should really warn people to this because it will bring about a very visceral reaction.
And,
from
and
people.
this is the thing, because this is opening wide in the US
Yeah.
this weekend, D. And this is Jennifer Lawrence, one, if not the biggest movie star working today.
Yeah.
She's certainly
Yeah.
up there. You know, are you gonna get the casual Jennifer Lawrence fans walking into this going, "What the?"
I think that you might. I think that Jennifer Lawrence fans, you should be warned. It's not a typical Jennifer Lawrence kind of movie.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a Darren Aronofsky movie.
yeah.
I'm not the biggest fan of Darren Aronofsky in the world. I mean, I get his proficiency
Yeah.
and skill as a director. But Requiem for a Dream, I remember I watched it in college, see, and I was like,
Yeah.
it was too much. So I get what you're saying, but is that not just one of his calling cards as a
Yeah.
filmmaker that he really pushes things?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, it's really funny. I had a totally different reaction to Brian watching Mother. I really, really liked it. I mean, initially I came out of the cinema, right, and I was like, that movie was just completely unenjoyable. There was nothing to kind of have any kind of joy in leaving it. But then I did find, over the last week, I have been thinking about that film non-stop. It has just gotten into
Can't
my
ask for
head.
much more than that as a
you know?
filmmaker than to have people
Yeah.
discussing it in that kind
Yeah.
of way.
I mean, it is an art house film, and it's not going to kind of, appeal to everyone. But I just found it. I did find that it really kind of got into my head, and I was thinking about it, and I was thinking about the themes in it and what it was trying to say. Its message. I didn't feel like it was just going for an emotional, violent impact. I felt that there was a purpose behind it. Yeah, because I feel like it did.
I don't- yeah.
can't tie too much into it, but I think
unless
it did.
Aronofsky's making an exploitation
Yeah.
movie, unless he's
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and I do I mean, with those type of directors and these type of filmmakers, you either align with that type of excess or you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would always say, if one thing I would accuse Darren Aronofsky of, and it's not been a bad filmmaker, is that he can be kind of pretentious, Brian.
Yeah, completely, and that's my point. I do, and this is the part that I would think of it as well, is because I was watching this film and I was trying to kind of get the message and get what he was trying to make the audience understand, but it was so buried under all this kind of chaos and there was this happening and that was
Michelle
happening.
Pfeiffer pops up, Ed Harris pops up,
Yeah.
Bardem as her husband. And
Kirsten Wiig turns up in it as well as this publicist.
Yeah.
And it just
Love
gets
Kirsten Wiig.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah, and she's great in it. And it just all these kind of crazy things were happening, and it just kind of completely diluted the message of it. Do you know that sort of? It just kind of got lost in the
an
shock.
assault on the
But I
senses.
think that's
Yeah.
the point.
I know that's the point, but I'm just saying, if he's trying to say something, he didn't do it in a very kind of efficient way, because I walked out of the film and I was thinking, okay, right, was it about this or was it about that? And was it about this and was it about that? And
Interpretation.
that's the thing.
Again,
it
a
could
good
be
thing as an
interpreted.
artist,
good
want to provoke.
thing.
Now,
Yeah.
now whether or not, we're kind of using Jennifer Lawrence's base here as,
Yeah.
as a starting point to say, will this make money? Because she's a huge movie
Yeah.
star,
Yeah.
and people will, she's got a certain pressure on her, as I want to call her, the Julia Roberts of her generation or whatever,
And this is the other point I would say about this, is that as much as I hated this film, and I did really hate it, I love the
Really,
fact
I haven't seen you had that kind of visceral response to a film before.
absolutely hate it, but I love the fact that it exists. And what I mean by that is the fact that I love the fact that Paramount put money behind this, are really pushing it.
Risk, yeah.
They're taking the risk. That alone, for me, I would say go see this film. As much I hated it, but Dee loved it. You'd stop 3 people on the street who've seen it, and they'd probably
Gav
love it
Burke
as
gave
well.
it 5 stars
Gav
on
Burke
site.
gave it 5 stars. So it's worth seeing on the basis of you'll either absolutely connect and love it, or you'll absolutely hate it and be
Never
revolted
want to
by
forget
it.
that it exists. Like,
Yeah, but like I said, I love the fact that it exists. I love the fact that they've gone out and tried to make something completely unique and completely original
with huge stars.
with huge stars. Yeah, like Jennifer Lawrence is like the biggest actress working today.
Yeah.
You know, Javier Bardem, Ed Harris, Darren Aronofsky,
Oscar winners,
all massive talent. Oh
Michelle
yeah,
Pfeiffer.
Michelle Pfeiffer, the 2 Gleason brothers, Donald and Brian. Like huge.
Is there a film that Donald Gleason hasn't bleeding been in this year?
Yeah.
I love Donald Gleason. I've interviewed him a
he's
few
fab.
times. He's the nicest man.
Yeah.
He's in everything.
But he is in everything. I don't know, but like maybe he likes to work. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
I mean,
who
do you know what I
knows?
mean? Great American mate. Great American mate.
Yeah.
Hasn't
Yes.
come out in the US yet.
Yeah.
Okay, so next week, Kingsman's next week, isn't it?
Yeah, Kingsman is out next weekend.
I think that could be the sleeper for I know it has already made an absolute fortune, but
Yeah.
Kingsman could be, because the first one was a blast.
Oh, it's so funny, yeah. Maze is out as well with Tom Von Lawler. We'll have interviews next week with Tom Von Lawler. El Nidji.
Oh, Nidge. I
El
wonder if he'll
Nidge,
shake
what?
them because he's got an Avengers movie coming up too.
I am.
so-
I'm gonna try hustle an answer out of him.
You're gonna try and hustle, are you?
I'm gonna try hustle an answer out of him. See
So
what
like
he-
that. Gonna start a nidge. You've been warned. You've been warned, Tom Von Lawler. Okay, that's it for this week, folks. Thanks so much to Charlotte Reed for production, and we'll see you next Thursday at 9 bells.